Okay, so where do I start? I'm one target amongst many, in a pool full of sharks. Different breeds of men with one goal, standing at the top. Always on your P's and Q's and your instincts better be sharp. Eyes on my target unlocked, your target unlocked. Watching and waiting.
Hey everybody, so we're back again. This will be my second video. Still working on getting used to being on camera and talking at the same time. So, as time goes on, hopefully my videos get better and we'll progress together. First things first, I do want to say that I've got everything set in motion. It's everything I had planned. So I'm working out again. My goal is to at least have a six-pack and be a little more cut up by, I'm gonna say, December. Let's just say 2017. Let's put it like that. I do have new music on the way. I won't be able to give y'all voices just yet, but I do have Life Lesson and Determination done. I just gotta send it in to get mastered, and we're all set. And then I have this rolling, so this will be my second video, like I said. So I'm excited. Goals are getting accomplished slowly but surely. As I'm starting to say now, I'm about that action, boss. So we're getting things on the way. I had to do it in my car today, just because I didn't really have any space in the house. So I'm also still scouting for different locations to kind of get these videos out there. Different backgrounds. So each video might be in a different location. Who knows? As more videos come, and we're gonna grow together, and you'll see me getting a lot better with the video editing and stuff like that. So let's get into it. Today I want to talk about black men in our relationships. I feel like that's something that definitely needs to be touched on, because right now it's perceived. When I say relationships, I feel like we need to talk about not just the relationships with our significant other, but also our relationships with, our children, our friends, family, and I feel like the perception of the black man and his relationships with, with all that is almost like a dog-eat-dog type of thing, and that's something I feel like we just need to stop. I mean, if you see another brother out there, who you feel like you listen to, like, just tap him on the shoulder, like, listen, you haven't, how you doing? Like, how's your daughter doing? Have you went to go see your son and whatnot? Like, what's going on with that? If your people got a kid, and you don't just tap him on the shoulder, give him a nudge, and keep reminding him like, yo, go see your son. Your son needs you in your life. I feel like that's something we need to start doing more. Because that's the right thing to do. And right now, we need to focus on changing the perception of that. So one of my goals out there for you guys this week will be to, if you got a kid, check up on your kid, man. Just be a better father in general. Also, with our friends, I feel like we need to start being more straight up with our friends, because as black men, we feel like we do things and seeking validation, for who we are, or to perform some sort of action, or just to feel like we are somebody. You don't need to seek validation for yourself. At the end of the day, you're your own man. Take some time and actually sit down and discover what you like, discover what you want. You don't need to sit here and do things for your friends in front of them just to feel like you're somebody. If you want to be the outsider, be the outsider. Me personally, I have a group of friends where I'm just like, I'm the outsider. Matter of fact, I'm always the youngest in my group, but I don't need to sit here and do things to make myself seem older or, more mature, or whatever the case may be. I'm not seeking validation. At the end of the day, if I feel like I can't do something, or, I feel like this isn't for me, it's okay to let them know. And I feel that's something we need to start doing. Don't go out here and start, doing things to impress people. Like, you want to buy a nice car to impress your male friends, or you want to sit here and whatever you want to do, start smoking or whatever just to impress your male friends or whatever the case may be. I feel like that's something we start doing. We need to stop being honest with each other as black men and stop being honest on how we feel about one another. Instead of talking behind the other dude's back, you could just sit here, give him a phone call, and be man to man. Like, listen, bro, I'm feeling some type of way. I don't think that, this situation should be what it is right now, and this is how I feel about it. However you choose to feel about it, I respect it. We have no choice but to respect each other's opinion, and then call it a day and just let that boundary be there. So as you know, any other time that situation come up again, you're not worried about how they're gonna look at me when if I back out of this or if I say this, that, and the third, because the boundary's already been set. We need to stop being honest with each other. Going back to having children, my son is still on his way, and me and his mother don't get along, but I'm still rooting for my child. Like, I want to see my son. I already love my son to death already, and it's like I'm thinking about things just to get my son, to have my son situated, and make sure that his mind's gonna be right when he get older. Especially this right here, having these talks, referring back to these videos. I guess Bachelor's ambition become a big thing. This is something I can bring my son into and be proud of it, and he'll be proud. Especially to be a black man and have pride, like, this is what my daddy gave, and it's the legacy. We gotta start leaving legacies for our children. We are a representation of our children, believe it or not. Like, our children do need their fathers in their lives. You don't know how many grown women I've talked to before, grown women and men that I've talked to before who saying, having their dad in their lives will make a difference. It definitely does. And there's some others who the dad wasn't in their life or whatever, and they turned out fine. But I guarantee you, still part of that piece is missing. Even with me, like, I felt a part of me did kind of get messed up when my dad died, and I thought I had more time. Like, when I first met my father, like, it was when I first started coming. I wouldn't say when I first met my father. When I first started coming back around my father, I didn't know how to feel. Like, I didn't really think about it until we took one trip to Myrtle Beach, and it felt nice to be standing next to my brothers and next to my father, my pops, and just having a drink with my pops, and it was just like, like, this is okay. I'm starting to get a feel for it. And I might have said some things, thank God my auntie checked me on that, as far as like, I didn't get this from my dad. My dad went there like that, and so on and so forth. My auntie checked me on it, like, listen, have respect for your father, and she was right on it, and I'm glad she did do that. Thank you, Auntie Jessie, for doing that. And honestly, when he died, and I thought I had more time to get to know the man, but when he died, it tore me apart. And people were telling me, and at first I wasn't crying. I was just like, we weren't that close anyway. I mean, it's all good. But it started to set in later on. Like, I can't talk to my pops. I can't get to know that man anymore. And there was so much things I was finding out afterwards about who he was as a person. It was just like, because a lot of people say you walk like him, you talk like him. And I'm just like, okay, and I didn't really understand it until, I started hearing, more stories about my pops, and I'm telling you, it blew my mind, because I was thinking in my head, like, wow, like, I'm really, like, that was really my pops, and certain things he went through, I kind of understood it too, just because I almost kind of been through a similar situation as he did. And then the crazy thing about it is, when I was bouncing around homeless, staying at, different families' houses and whatnot, I felt like the things I knew about my pops, what he'd been through, I felt like I was in a similar situation in certain circumstances, and I was like, you know what? There was a mission he couldn't finish, so I'm gonna do it for him, and I'm gonna do it for us, and that's what helped drive me get through there. But it was just the fact of me having my pop, just having my pops in my mind and in my heart. And forget if you got a father right now, I want y'all to forgive him. As black men, we need to start learning how to forgive. Sometimes I know we've been through a lot of pain, and we hold on to that pain for years, and it manifests in a different way. But I just want to say, for all black men out there, please, if you have your pops and have not talked to your pops, but you got your pops' number, please, I'm begging you, call that man, talk to him, ask for forgiveness. And for those, who are fathers out there, if you haven't been in your child's life, please call her right now. Man, call him, her, your daughter, your son, and, let them know that you're there. Allow them access, because right now they're hurting. I got a little cousin right now. She hurts when she don't get to hang out with her pops. When her father talks to her a certain way or treats her a certain way, and she's communicating with him, and it just seems like he's not on point with what she's saying, and this is something it's something that really matters to her. Yo, she's hurting. That hurts her every time. Like, she calls me, she tells me this, and I'm just like, it makes me think, like, how can I not be around my own child? How can I not fight to be in my child's life when I've experienced, what will happen when, my pops is not there, or just when, I've seen firsthand when there's no communication between, a child and their father. Like, it does make a difference having both parents there. And sometimes I not understand that as us men, we may not always get along, with our child's mother, but we should be the bigger person, or just being a man in general, and just trying to find some way to make it work. Even if the person is an irrational person, like, listen, me and you don't get along, that's a fact. But when it comes to this child, I have to lay down these ground rules because I want to be in my child's life. I feel like that's something we need to push. And as black men, we need to start taking care of our families, man. We're good on some, you talk about my mom's, then it has to go down. Like, no. We need more than that. As black men who have families and who little cousins or whatever, it's just that, every day as a black man, we are being looked at. Is how we perceive, which is why I start this whole thing. I'm trying to change the perception, and I feel like we just need to start carrying ourselves better, not just for us or for our, son or daughter, but just for our family in general. Because you never know what difference you can make. You could be the one male in your family who decided to make a change and keep everybody together, and just be that example of where this family needs to be, and start making a positive change. We need to start teaching each other start teaching how to hold each other accountable. If I'm tell you I'm gonna be there, or if I say I'm gonna do something for you, you're not being held accountable for that. And that's one thing as black men we need to start doing, is start being accountable, for ourselves and at times for others. Like, if I tell you I'm gonna meet you somewhere and it's something important on you, then do not stand me up. If you can't make it, give me a phone call. Or give that person a phone call and let them know, listen, something came up, I can't make it, and so on and so forth. Like, I have this one friend, and I will admit, as annoying as it is, and he know who he is, he's gonna watch this video. As annoying as it is, he'll tell you. He's known for, not coming through, but he'll tell you ahead of time. Like, listen, I'm busy. People tell me all the time, that I BS on meeting people up. He's like, but I'm gonna try to do it. And if he don't, he'll give you a phone call the next day, text something, but he'll make sure he lets you know. He'll set the expectations beforehand, saying, listen, I'm going to try my best to do it, but I work a lot, I do this, that, and the third, so this may happen. But he already sets the expectations right there, and that's something I'm working on myself. I have to learn how to set better expectations, for myself. That way, when I say, I'm about to do this, that, and the third to somebody, or I could do this, that, and the third, then that, there's not too much pressure on me to meet this level of expectation, because I already set the expectations of where I know that I can make happen. And if something were to go wrong, that other person is not being disappointed. I recently had an experience where, one of my clients, he's doing his thing right now. And I thought it would be good to have him on camera, be on the show. And I called him one day. He stood me up. He forgot, had a lot of things going on. I understood that. I was like, okay, cool. We could do it the next day. Got there, called him the next day. He stood me up again. And this time, he had time to post on Facebook, but he didn't have time to give me a text, a phone call, nothing. I sent him a phone call, sent him a text message. He even sent him even inboxed him on Facebook. He hasn't returned none of that as of this day. And I understand he's busy, but I'm just like, as a man who's sitting here preaching, a positive message to people every day, at least the thing that had me upset the whole day was not even the fact that it was just, someone who's, doing things and making moves, and I thought would be really great to have on the show, but just the fact that you gave me a false expectation, that kind of hurt me a little bit, because this is something serious I'm trying to do, and I was trying to bring him into, a really good movement. Even though he got his own thing going on, it would just be really good for people to see who he is. And it messed with me, because I'm just like, that was something big for me. And the fact that he wasn't even generous enough to give me that phone, it made me kind of upset. But I'm not even going to sit there and hate on him. I forgive him, because he has a lot going on, and I understand that. And that's another thing we need to do as black men too, is learn how to forgive, and just let go, let some things be what they are. Because now when people do certain things over a certain period of time, they're setting an expectation for themselves. So now you can kind of sit here and fall back. We all have that one friend where that if he doesn't come through, he says he's gonna do a lot of things, but then it's just like half of the time he comes through, he don't pick up the phone, or when you call him, he just nowhere to be found, or he just doesn't come through on what he says he's gonna come through on. Like, we all have that friend who already sets the expectation for themselves. So we all know, like, calling this man is 50-50. Like, you just never know. So I mean, over time, it's just kind of, but that's still your friend though. That's the only thing that's wrong. That's your friend. You can't take that. You can't really take anything from that except, this is who he is as a person. So I know when I'm in the gym, I'm not calling this person, because I know they're 50% reliable. Right now, I need something 80% to 100. 100% reliable. So. That's another thing we have to start doing. But these are just little things I just want to touch upon, on this video. There'll be more topics. The next topic I'm gonna get I want to talk about is finance. I touched upon it a little bit in this video, but there's more that I want to touch on. And let me just repeat again before I get off camera. Family and setting better expectations for yourself is important. For all the black men out there, I just want to let y'all know, man, again, like I said, be in your child's life. Your brother, take care of him. Be somebody in your family. Have that pride within yourself. Love yourself enough. And that's one thing as black men we need to do. We need to love ourselves enough to want to be better than what we are now. And that's the goal. So I want you guys to tell me what goals you have, for this week. For those who are going to see this video on Facebook, for those who are going to see this video on YouTube, leave a comment and just let me know. I want to communicate with y'all. As black men, I do. Like, I really want to communicate with y'all, and I just want to definitely give y'all some positive vibes, and and just let y'all know, man. Listen, I'm gonna look out for y'all as best as I can, and most of y'all are gonna be strangers. But at the end of the day, if I see you're another black man, you're trying to do something positive, I'm gonna support you, and I'm gonna tell you, keep going. I'm gonna give you that nudge. I see all my male friends right now who got kids. They're there for the kids. If they weren't, I was definitely, at some point, I'm going to give them a call when I see it. Because I can't keep up with all of them. I don't be living near most of them anymore. But when I do see it and when I do notice it, I'm just going to ask them, like, yo, what's good? Have you seen your son? What's going on with that? Like, you need to be in that child's life. Black men, like I said, please, learn to be in your child's life, man. And, take care of your family and just be someone Carry yourself with pride. Love yourself enough to get out of any bad situation you in, or a situation that's going to cause you to lose everything in the future. Just, just so you have a better chance, in life later on, to be somebody more than what they perceiving you out here right now as drug dealers, fathers who abandon their kids or family or whatever. Like this is the perception of us all the time. You see it on TV, you see it everywhere. All different examples, TV and the streets, or books, or if you read movies. Like, these are things, and like, the dynamic's starting to change now, but majority just seem like the black man is less than what he is, and he's not. And I want y'all to show that, because every day I'm out here and I'm trying to show that. You best believe I'm gonna fight to have my child in my life. I don't care how, crazy things get between me and his mother. That's gonna be my son, and I'm gonna do what I have to do in order to be in my child's life, and I want y'all to do the same. But yeah, until next time, like I said, we're gonna get into finances, and I definitely want to give y'all some tips that I've learned that I'm implementing now, and that's going to help y'all out, as black men, to help invest in yourselves, and invest in other things that may help later on along the line to get you to where you need to be. I definitely want y'all to be ambitious today. Don't stop. Whatever your goals are this week, next week, be about that action. Just go ahead and take care of them. Don't stop. You're going to get there. Trust me. You're going to make it. I've been trying this Bachelor's Admission thing for about 2-3 years now, and I'm still going. I'm not giving up. I'm going to make it. So if I could do it, I know you can do it. All right? I'm out.